Hello everyone and welcome back to PGP Motorsports Park with a wet race of the formation lap, and someone's already spun it round.
Manny spun on the formation lap.
Manny, what have you done? What have I done? I've lost tripod control. I'm spinning out on the tripod myself. But yeah, it was raining quite hard. There's even some lightning, so that's why we're not out on the deck out here. We're actually inside.
So unfortunate camera angles, but we make do with what we got.
Yep, I can still see them going around top of the world. You can see the spray from the water as it goes right up, and then you can see the window right there.
Yeah, the forecast earlier had a 90% precipitation, so there might be some wet spots out there that they have to deal with. So they should watch out for some water on track.
Yep, water is definitely a hazard today.
The track is soaked.
Yeah, the track is... Yeah, it's beyond moist at this point.
Also worth noting, they are still out on slick tires. They do not change the tires. So
Yeah.
Wet track slicks makes for some very Tokyo Drift action. So they're a rounding roller coaster now. You can't really see it, but they're going to be out on the front straight momentarily. You've really got that camera angled out the window. Nice.
Yeah, we're doing some leaning work here.
All right, take it away.
All right, they're gridded up. This is the last chance qualifying. These are the people who spun out early on, and we'll be looking at the flag waiver here. And the flag's waved and they're waved. Already they're going to be trying to go as wide as they can, but how are they going to make it through turn one in such slick conditions? They're going to try to use a technique in which they ride on the curb throughout turn one. But as I put the camera back down into tripod position, they're still going three wide somehow through there. Are they going to keep it clean as we go through?
The fact that they kept it clean through turns 1 and 2 with it.
No, never mind. You just had to say something. They're both out. Oh,
My
no.
bad.
Who are these?
That's a good question. We have gray suit, white helmet racer number 1 and gray suit, white helmet racer number 2.
I'm zoomed in.
And you're also zoomed in off the action. They're coming into 4. Manny's in second. So he got a great start despite spinning on the formation lap.
Are they going to make it through turn 4, though?
No.
No.
The leader
First place.
spins out on his own. I think that's Samuel, maybe?
Oh, my goodness. We're getting for a chaotic
in the
race
fray
today.
is Davidson Mann, who finds himself in LCQ once again. He got spun out during his heat race, unfortunately, on turn 1. But
Yeah.
it looks like he's going to make things pretty good.
We have some side-by-side action going on near the back in 3rd and 4th place.
I'm just trying to pick out who's in the race right now. It's really hard to tell who's where. Unfortunately, we're not going to have names for the people that got spun out in turn 2, but that's unfortunate. We will, however, get the names as they come across the line. So until then, we'll just have to sit tight and enjoy this LCQ as it unfolds.
Yeah, one comment I will make is that it's after Halloween at this point. Probably best time for people to get out of their Beyblade costumes. All right, thank you. All right.
We just
right.
got the green light to go outside, but everything's plugged in. Hopefully we can get things set up in time for the final.
Yep, so for the final, we'll actually have a better camera angle.
Allegedly.
Thank you.
That was just one of the employees letting us know that it is now safe to go out on the deck due to the lack of thunderstorms in the area.
Yep, we won't get thunderstruck.
Okay, AC/DC. Yeah! Karaoke night is next week. Calm down.
Fun song.
Speaking
All
of fun things, it looks like Harb is the one taking the lead. He
Wow,
does
good
not
job to
have
Harb.
the Minions helmet today, so we're just going to look out for that green helmet
Manny's
he's got
going
sported.
defensive on the inside line, but that inside line is super dangerous in these wet conditions, and he lost all his momentum because, like,
Unfortunate,
when
gets
you're on there, there's
overtaken.
no grip on the inside line because it's just all rubbered in.
And he gets overtaken by my old-time rival, Daniel Charlton. I love to see it, because I'm not the one who has to beat him this time. It looks like our top 4, as of now, are Harb, that's Daniel Charlton, Manny, and Davidson Mann. Those are our top 4, and they will be moving to the final. There is a gap to 5th. Let me try to see who's in 5th. David Postashvili's in 5th. That's unfortunate.
Oh, David's back.
Yeah,
now?
so David, he's normally always in the final, so the fact that he's in LCQ, really unfortunate. I know he has what it takes to catch up to the pack, so don't count David out of this race.
Yeah, looks like someone made a mistake at light bulb. Really slow, probably spun out a little bit. But and here the leaders go by, and as action-packed as it can be at the beginning of the race, something to note is that as people crash out, people get really spread out. So, but we do see some close action here. Someone catching up to Manny.
Yeah, that's Davidson catching up to Manny, and those two fighting in the wet really gives a chance for David to catch up. So our battle for 4th place, and 3rd place even, is on. Despite it looking like there is a gap, in these really wet conditions, the gaps diminish really quickly, but they also widen really quickly. So they just got to keep it consistent. Daniel Charlton looks like he's just going to take off with it. So P1 and P2 secured as long as they can keep it consistent. Turn 4 is extremely tricky. They're taking an inside line. It's a bold strategy.
Huge puddle splash there from Manny as he takes the curb.
You really want to avoid large puddles out here because they just coat your tires in a fresh slick of wet water. I don't know what I was doing with that sentence. Don't go over the puddles. You lose grip and you lose tire temperature, and it's just a not fun experience, and you get wet. Ask me how I know.
Oh, yeah. There's a thumbnail I created in which you got to see the aftermath of me going through plenty of puddles.
Yeah, the rain is
It's like-
starting to pick up a little bit. So don't expect the track to dry up at all.
Yeah, you can see the fishtails from the end of these tires as the water gets sprayed up. They're going sideways pretty much through every corner because it's the only way you can get the cart turned in. Massive amounts of understeer when you have slick tires like these.
Honestly, I strongly recommend coming out here on days like today where it's like after it rains a lot, but it's not raining very hard. The track is nice and wet, and you have to drift through every corner. If you try to like stick it through every corner, you're going to be going so slow unless you can hook it on the inside of the curb for that little bit of extra traction, because getting a tire on the curb lifts the cart just enough to help you get that rotation. But if you don't do it right, you spin out. So it's a high risk, high reward strategy. We see David caught right up to Davidson. Manny's starting to get away with it. Davidson might be under threat and might lose out in 5th, which is going to be unfortunate. These two are normally fighting in the final, so the fact that they're fighting in last chance qualifying, that's...
Especially for the last spot in the last chance qualifying to move up to the final.
Yeah, so all's on the table. We might see this get really explosive. I would say it's a powder keg, but it's kind of raining. Not sure if your camera's picking it up, but the rain is coming down harder now, so it's like genuinely raining now.
Genuinely raining. Yeah, it's definitely raining for anyone behind these carts here. With the open wheel tires, it's just splashing right up and then right back down onto the people behind.
I remember
Oh,
when
yep, I can see the rain in camera now.
I remember following somebody in the rain, just getting that tire splash all over me. It was not fun, I would say. It was a free shower, though. A free, very road, grimy dirt someone's off in Top of the World.
Oh, they are? Who is it?
It looks like Charlton. Daniel Charlton lost in 2nd place, so he drops back down to 5th. Really unfortunate from Daniel Charlton.
Yeah, there's Charlton now on camera.
Yep. He managed to get back on track, but now he's in 5th with dirty tires. That is unfortunate. He's going to have a lot of work to do.
Yeah, you can really see the rain on the camera now.
We still have about 10 minutes left to go. So we're about halfway through. Daniel still can make it as we see a 3-way battle for 2nd. We see David on the outside.
Oh, huge puddle flash.
Wow.
Davidson's about to lose. Hold on to it. Oh, sorry.
It was hard to see what happened from my angle, but it looks like
I got most of it. He recovered it. He's
Yeah.
still in it.
yeah,
Did he lose the place though?
yeah.
he
Davidson is now in 4th, so he's not out of the woods yet, but he's still in contention. I think what happened when you're going the outside of turn 1, it's really easy to go just a tiny bit too early and turn and pull a George Russell Singapore moment and just dip the tire before the curb actually is on the curb.
Oh,
Big
huge
splash from Manny.
there.
That's going to slow him down. You want to take the inside of 4, but you don't want to take too far on the inside because that just compromises your momentum as David capitalizes on that, gets the run into 7, really bold move, and he makes it stick cleanly. David now in second place.
Somehow finding the ways to make it stick even on a slick day.
Yeah,
And Davidson going through, looking to go through as well, but that's a very narrow part of the track.
finding that grip is very difficult, and David made it look very easy. Turn 7 is extremely tricky to take, right? Especially when you have the momentum to overtake like that. So, great job on David. We see Harb in first, about to lap somebody. That's unfortunate. I can't tell who that is. It's probably one of the relatively new guys, but hopefully nothing bad comes out of this, as this racer is going to get lapped pretty soon.
You can definitely see the difference in speed between the two as one gets more momentum out the corner.
Yeah.
And then we have the race with Manny and Davidson right now.
All right.
Too wide into turn 1. Manny taking the inside line. Will he make it work?
Really deep
He didn't
inside.
quite catch the curb.
But he got enough of it. But Davidson gets the switchback and just carries that momentum through. Didn't quite work out for Manny, who drops to 4th place. So Daniel Charlton is catching up to Manny, and he might actually be able to take 4th place. What are you doing with the camera?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's working. We got a functional tripod here.
Yeah, we know what we're doing, ish. As the lapped car kind of loses it down the mini stretch, and he lost it. F. Unfortunate.
Oh, someone lost it?
Yep.
Who is it?
What the lapped car? I can't tell who it is, but he's
quite stuck.
Yeah, he's quite stuck, spun out. Really unfortunate. Do not.
Oh no.
Yeah, don't think it's easy to race in these conditions. I spin out like that too, and it's knowing how hard you can push is very fine margins.
Yeah, it's very scary out here. I'm definitely looking forward to the final in which we can transition to outside so that we can have an easier time.
Yeah, we'll have to
these
set
angles.
up pretty quickly, but we can do it. We got this. We have a very mobile setup thanks to this new setup. I mean, would it really be our setup if we didn't change something every time we came out here?
Yeah. Now we're using a new laptop to record. I got the tripod in midget mode. We're inside. We're not even using headphones right now.
I don't think we'll need headphones outside either. We'll just be loud. As Manny takes the inside again. Manny. Charlton on the outside with far greater momentum. Manny takes the inside and grasps 5th place with an iron fist. The inside line is a high risk, high reward. I always take the outside line when going through one in these conditions because you can carry much greater momentum.
I think there's a strategic lapse of judgment with how I don't think he understands how to defend in the wet, because what he's thinking is that, oh, someone's coming up behind me, I need to take the inside line to defend against the overtake. But in reality, the outside is the overtaking line, and so what Manny needs to learn is to hold that line on the outside. It's very much like Monaco. If he can just stick to that line, it'll be very hard for people to overtake him.
It is counterintuitive to defend in the wet.
The onus on them is on them. Oh no, Manny makes a mistake. And looks like he spins out, but it doesn't lose anything because everyone's very spread out at this point.
Yeah, it looks like this race is...
Yeah. So, since we do need to transition out, and everything is set in stone, I'm going to assume that this is how it's going to finish, and we'll let you know of any updates that happen as we transition to the final. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the final, where we have all the people who finished the heat race, and of course the top 4 finishers of the last chance qualifying. We were actually able to successfully set up in time for the start of this, but who were the winners of the last 4?
Okay, so the winners of LCQ were Harb, then it was Harb, David, Daniel, and Davidson. So you can see them coming through now.
Yeah, we see them at the back of the pack right here.
Our top 4 starting the race are Paulo, Alex Seguin, Scott Miller, and Silas Hill. Behind them, really hard to tell from this distance, but fortunately they were wearing neon green. William Yee and
I've also zoomed in for you.
Thomas Heacock. There we go.
Yeah.
Not in that order. It's Thomas then William. So that's 5 and 6.
Yeah, I've zoomed in so you can get a better look at
Behind
him.
them, I think, is Randy Cole and Sergey Kostov for 7th and 8th. Dang. Can I get 9 and 10? I think it's Baron in 9th and...
Yeah, because he finished the heat, right?
Yeah, Baron finished well in the heat.
Yeah, he did
I
very
can't tell
well.
who's in 10th, though. Unfortunate.
Yeah. What's also unfortunate is that, Manny did indeed not make it.
He actually dropped back to 6th in LCQ.
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, I think he was in, like, 2nd place at some point.
Yeah, he was doing really well, but it was unfortunate. Anyway, here they come down through roller coaster, down the front straight. We are going to get our final race underway. The rain has cleared up, but it still cloud covers everywhere as the pull out on the front straight. Take it away.
All right, now we're going to pan over to the flag bearer. It'll focus on him. Flags up. Flags waved and they're away. You can hear the roar of the engines as they go zooming past. Are they going to actually try to make it 3 wide through this turn? I need to zoom in on this. No, they go into their 2 wide stuff, but the people stuck in the middle are really unfortunate because there's like hardly any grip there. The people on the inside are using the curb to grip up, and yep, someone just got turned. Oh, but they got turned back.
Ah, disaster!
Oh, and then people are out and off the track.
Disaster in the back.
The slowest crash
really unfortunate
ever.
for Harb and
But
Daniel Charlton, who got the worst of that. No, they made no mistake and just had to run off because someone crashed in front of them. That is the hazard of racing in the wet.
And
3 wide in the back. 3 wide going into 4. That is not going to work.
This is going to be a crash, I feel like. And if they don't, there's a huge splash.
Sergey gets spun, but he gets corrected.
And they all are almost all the way through this chaotic corner. And nope,
Yikes.
Someone is facing the wrong direction through there. Not sure who that is. We're losing so many people to these random crashes, and still 3 wide, 4 wide into there, and yet predictably someone else is spun in there. We're gonna get a whole good old compilation in this opening lap of people just spinning it out. Are people gonna keep it clean through top of the world?
I mean, it might be a bit late to say this, but spin to win.
Nope.
Is
Someone
not
drove
the
off
strategy.
the edge of top of the world right there. They might be stuck. Who is that?
I'm gonna adjust your volume really quick. You're peaking like crazy.
Yep. Yeah, I'm holding the microphone a bit closer, but
A lot closer. Give me
Yeah.
a second. I got this. I can use OBS.
I'll get a microphone stand at some point, I promise. In the meantime, I'm holding it, but who are our leaders who made it through that battle royale?
Okay, so first of all, I just turned off your gain. Second of all, our leader is coming down. In first place is probably Paulo, followed by Scott Miller and Alex Seguin in third, Silas Hill in fourth. That's William Yee in fifth. I can't tell who's in sixth, but I can actually just look at the screen and get the cursor out of there. Sorry about that. So it looks like Paulo, Scott, Alex, Silas, William, Kirk Strong. So I will say that if anything, my money's on Scott Miller today. He is a master in these raining conditions as we see someone go off. That is Davidson Man in the barrier to turn 2.
Oh, he made it through in the last chance qualifying, and if he's spun out and losing this many positions, he made up a lot of positions, but now he's back at the pack, up 3 from last place.
All right. We see some contact in 4.
Predictably.
Yeah, so basically every position you got to fight for. It's so hard to overtake in these conditions.
But it looks like we are starting to get an intense battle for the top.
Absolutely.
With these 2 right here, going to be taking it a little bit more tactically and a lot less chaotic like we've been seeing with this opening 2 laps.
If there's anyone who races tactically, it's Scott Miller.
Yeah, and we got Paulo up front. Who is that?
That is Paulo up front, followed by Scott. That's P2. Alex Seguin in P3. Silas Hill, P4. William E, P5. Kirk Strong, P6. As we see Davidson go off again. I don't know if that's adrenaline or bad tires, but it's really bad day for Davidson today. He dropped all the way back. As we see our leaders come down the front straight, we might see something happen.
Let's see this. We got Paulo up front. And then we got third place.
And
Fourth place.
already we see the difference between LCQ and the final. They both went around the outside to maintain as much momentum. We see everyone else take the deep inside line because it's very contextual which line you take. Through turn 1 in these conditions, there's really only 2 lines, deep inside or deep outside. Outside leaves you exposed to an overtake on the inside, but you get more momentum coming out of 2, and you'll be on the inside coming into 2. As we see at the top going off in turn 1, he just overcooked it in turn 1 and is into the barriers. Reminds me of my very first race out here with conditions like these, and he did his best Jeffrey impression. So yeah, that's basically me out there.
Yeah, Harb did really well to make it up into it, and he's still going to get lots of points by finishing here. But at least Davidson, man, isn't all out because he gets to overtake and not be last. Maybe?
So,
we'll see how this goes. Yep, he overtakes him.
There's still a lot of racing left.
Yeah, there is.
If someone else crashes out, that's a free position. So it's still worth it to try to stick
Just
it in
keep
as
in
we
there.
see Davidson dip another
No,
tire.
Davidson,
Ouch.
what is going on?
Very
this just
unfortunate.
isn't his race today. And is that Todd back here?
That is not Todd. I don't think that's Todd. I think Todd has a different setup than that. If it is Todd, then that's unfortunate. I'll check next time he goes around.
Let me see.
I don't think that's Todd.
Yeah, no, that
my
looks like
eyes are
someone
up
else.
front. There's a little battle for third. Silas is right on the back of Alex. He's going to try to overtake third. Kirk is right on the back of William. Going to try to overtake fifth. So we got 2 consecutive battles going down the front straight. Let's see which lines they take going down into turn 1.
Yep, let's look at the leaders here. Yeah, there's like 3 battles of 2 people, but this one is the closest battle with looks like 3 people here. They get real close to each other, but I will say with the racing line being rubbered in and not being able to like take that line, this track is pretty much half as wide in wet conditions. And so it effectively turns into Monaco because there just isn't that many places for overtaking. So it's entirely dependent on mistakes.
That was a very cheeky move by Sergey. Took the inside of 2 and closed the outside door to I think it was Samuel behind him, who had to brake and slow down and nearly lost it. That is a legal move to do because it is up to you to keep the car in control. It's just very cheeky on Sergey's part.
Yeah, I didn't see that battle there, but I did hear the grinding of someone falling off the track.
Davidson is pulling in the pits. I think he's done for the day.
Yeah, Davidson is...
Unfortunate.
I think he's... It's definitely a mental issue at this point.
It's a day to forget for Davidson, but let's focus on everyone else on track. So the battle for the lead has calmed down. Battle for third has kind of calmed down. Battle for fifth has calmed down.
There's a 3-way
but the
battle
battle
near
for
the back
seventh
here.
is on. As we focus
Looks like
on
someone's trying to go for a double overtake on the inside, but you don't get that momentum on the racing line because it's all rubbered in. And he still tries to go for the inside line again, but he's just going to keep bumping into him. Thankfully, that card is there. And it's really tough battling with minor contact here and there. But he makes it work for the double overtake. He's just that confident.
That was
with the
very
speed.
bold by, I can't tell who that is, but congratulations.
Congratulations on the double overtake there.
We-
Let's see what other battles we got.
Yep, coming down the front straight, we have Spencer being followed very closely by Thomas.
Yep,
They both
going
take the
down.
outside line, getting as much momentum as they can. Scoping each other out, waiting for someone to make a mistake. Here we see Sergey going around the outside of turn 1, getting another overtake done. That's around Todd.
Where's Sergey at? Is he
Sergey's coming down into turn 3 now.
coming down into turn 3? Am I looking at him?
You are looking at him.
Yeah, so Sergey's been moving up the field.
Yep. Sergey's known for moving up the field. He's pretty good about that.
And he's racing with Todd right now, is that correct?
Yep. Todd's tucked in right behind him. He got past Todd in turn 1.
Yeah, so then he'll be looking to close the next gap. Todd looks to make it a bit more difficult for Sergey through here. Todd goes for the undercut.
Ooh, Todd
see if
gets
that
that
works out for him.
over-under. And, oh,
Sergey.
Sergey just dives into 7.
We'll see how this
does he
works
keep the
out.
cart under control? That is incredible
That
cart
is
control.
crazy. Yeah, but you can definitely
he
see...
loses out, but that was a brilliant display of cart control from Sergey.
Yeah,
Who
definitely
knows?
trying to get into the mental there.
Yeah,
with that move. 'cause
Oh, no!
And it did work because
The
Todd,
pressure got to Todd.
yeah, he pushed it around top of the world, and he loses 3 positions.
Yeah, every one of these corners is extremely hard to take in these conditions because you have to take it optimally to get the most momentum you can from the drift. But if you go just a little bit too fast, that's almost race over. Side by side into one. That's William on the inside, Kirk on the outside. William not going to have the best grip, allowing Kirk to get the over-under, and that was fundamentally played by Kirk.
Yeah, he gets that curb grip through there. It works out for him. But let's see how this battle progresses, as he's probably going to want that place back.
If you ask me, if you're going to take a line into one, you're either fully committed deep inside or fully committed deep inside. If you try to make any sort of line work through the middle, you're just getting the worst of both worlds because there is not enough grip to get a decent run out into turn 2, and you just get overtaken.
Yep. Yeah, that's how it works out here in the wet. You see how they just are rushing towards that outside line to just like get off that rubber. And the field is very spread out near the top. I'm not even sure where the top is at this point.
Yep, we got Paulo, who is actually approaching the person in last, gonna overtake them.
Where's Paulo at?
Paulo is rounding double apex now, followed closely by, well, not that closely, by Scott Miller.
Yeah, so here's the last place right here.
Yep. He's about a couple seconds out still.
Yeah, we saw him going to the barrier earlier on, but here's Paulo, our race leader,
I actually
coming down
think
the straight.
that might be Angelo that just went by. Possibly. Everybody's wearing very similar things today, understandably so. I'm going to keep my eye out for more battles.
Yeah, very wet. So people have all their rain suits on. Yeah, people are starting to spread out here. Track is half as wide, not as many overtaking conditions, and with
Kurt
all these
goes wide out the exit, but keeps it in line.
And with all these mistakes going on, it just allows people to spread out.
Coming down the front straight, we have Spencer, Thomas, Sebastian, and I think that who's behind Sebastian is Randy Cole.
Looks like we have potential battle.
Up top, turn one.
What?
Battle in turn 1. It is Todd who, oh no! He locks up in turn 1. Unfortunate for Todd. He was going to try to make the overtake, but locks up the brakes and spins out in turn 1. Fortunately, he's not out of the race, but unfortunately, he loses several positions because of that. It's really hard to brake yourself get a good braking line in these conditions because it's so easy to lock up.
Yeah, but it looks like we got a huge battle going on in turn 4 and 5 with like 3 carts really close to each other, people vying for positions. Who do we got in here?
Okay, so leading that battle of 3 is Spencer, followed by Todd, followed by Sebastian. And Randy Cole rounds out that squabble of 4.
Todd is in here?
Thomas, my bad.
I thought he's for the
Thomas Heacock, not
Thomas.
Todd. Todd is the one that just spun out, my bad.
Yeah, Thomas is the one in the neon.
Yep.
We have some variety of lines coming out of Top of the World, but they all converge together through Light Bulb to build up as much as they can to lead into Double Apex, in which it's all about going as wide as possible through these corners. They're not hitting the apex for these.
No need to pan the camera, but Paulo just overtook last place.
Yeah, so Paulo just did the first lap. Now things are going to get real confusing because last place and first place are intertwined and tangled.
All right, looking at this battle into turn 1. Randy Cole got a really good run on Sebastian. He's caught right up to this pack. This could explode.
It's just impressive seeing
on
the
the lookout
phenomenal...
for any more battles. We see a little bit further behind is David and Todd. No, Todd's behind. David and who's in front of David? I cannot tell who that is, unfortunately.
It is unfortunate. Is this Paulo
battle
looking
in turn
to lap
1.
again?
Someone's going down the inside. And locks up.
That's
Unfortunate.
a lock up.
That is Daniel Charlton who locked up.
Very easy
trying to
do.
overtake Aiden Flynn, I think that is.
Yeah, it looks like the battle is kicking off again with these 4 carts. Someone's taking the inside line. We'll see how that works out for them.
That was William who
Thomas-
tried to take the inside
Yeah, it
line.
was-
Didn't quite work, but he gets a nice bump draft.
Yeah, to get that
From
momentum
David.
back up.
We're entering the closing stages. A couple laps to go of the final here. The current leader, Paulo Pettini, several seconds ahead of second place, which is Scott Miller, who is a couple seconds ahead. Just kidding. Half a track length ahead of third place.
Are these
Who is-
2 lapped down cars that are behind these people?
Yeah, these are lapped cars that are between them.
Yep, and then that's third place right now.
Third place has rounded turn 1.
Oh,
That
okay.
would be Alex Seguin in third.
And so who's the group of 4 here?
So this battle is more so for like, where's Spencer at? Yeah, 7th. This is a big battle for 7th place.
The battle for 7th place. It's always legendary.
I mean, it's just like F1. Don't watch first place, watch 7th place.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
saying. It's a lot
Yeah.
more entertaining.
Yeah, I'm looking out for further battles, and I see something around turn 1, but it doesn't look like people are looking to overtake, although I am seeing a bit of a closing going on here.
Yellow flag. Someone went off in turn 3.
Yellow flag where?
Turn 3.
Oh, turn 3? Yeah, looks like it was...
Hard to tell. That might be Seb. Maybe.
Yeah,
I think that
maybe.
is Seb because he was in that battle of 4 and he.
And now
I don't
there's
know.
no
I didn't
longer
see
a
what
battle of
happened,
4.
but it's unfortunate.
Yep. Right. Like they're thinking about waving the white flag.
Yeah, white flag is going to come out next lap.
Although just in case the camera decides to be mean, we are on.
All right, white flag is out. Paulo crosses the line and is going to take the final lap. Here we go.
Yep, starting the final lap. Paulo's final lap. Let's just give him the Max Verstappen treatment. We're going to see him how he just led this race brilliantly from the start. There was pressure from behind him near the beginning, but he kept it clean. He built up that gap. He's proven that.
And in
Right.
third place, going to take the white flag is Alex Seguin, now crossing
Yep.
the line.
Yep.
Followed by Silas. They kept it clean, and it has rewarded them.
Yep. Rain or shine. Paulo just proves that he's
I
got
think
that
that's Kurt.
expertise, and especially in the rain, he's just built up a massive gap. This will be really good for his championship
Turn
points.
1.
Oh,
We got
Battle
Thomas
with
down the
Thomas.
inside. That's a really bold line, really slippy. I don't think that's going to work.
yeah, he had to really slow down to keep
He
that
had the
cart
room,
under
but he had to
control.
slow down. So now Spencer has the inside, and it's just not quite going to work.
Nope, but Thomas takes the inside again.
Thomas is not going to
He's
give it
getting
up.
really bold with this being the
Really
final lap.
bold, but he's slowing himself down to get eaten.
Yeah, and
because,
that looks
uh,
like that's exactly what's about to happen unless Thomas makes it through this corner.
Yeah, Randy is just right behind him saying, thank you, and he's going to try to go for it.
Yep. But where's Paulo again?
Paulo is rounding top of the world. He
No,
might
that's someone else.
overtake Harb, maybe. But we got a three-way battle going into 7. I'll keep you updated as they cross the line, don't worry.
All right.
Thomas sneaks his way on the inside, but that turns into the outside.
Yeah, Thomas is really desperate for this. This
Oh,
could
yeah.
end his race.
So Paulo overtakes Harb to take first place.
And Paulo,
does get
with that
lapped.
dominant drive, wins the 6th race of the fall season. Coming in second place
Scott
with the dirt
takes
bike
second
helmet.
place.
Got Scott Miller, the Rainmeister.
Someone spun it! It was one of the lap cars spinning out.
One of the lap cars spins out and gets
It's the
stuck
final lap.
on
He's
the
out of the
edge.
way for the most part. Okay.
But let's see how this battle for 7th goes, because this is the one that we've been watching for a lot of the race.
Quick update. Alex takes 3rd. Silas takes 4th. Kirk takes 5th. William Yee takes 5th. But who's going to take 7th?
It looks like, despite Thomas's aggression,
Spencer takes 7th, followed by Thomas in 8th. And I think that's Randy in 9th. And taking 10th, rounding out the top 10, it's Sebastian.
and with that, this will be the end of the final of the
Sergey in 11th.
Grand Prix. We'll see you on the podium. For that, be sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.
I think everybody else went home because they're wet and cold, and I don't blame them. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for braving the wind, rain. Thanks for dealing with the lightning in the morning, too. It's never fun Anyways, though, coming in third place today, got a best lap of a 106.007. Whopping 24.7 off the leader out there. Third place, Alex Ian. Second place out there, the Rainmeister. Hopefully finally got some witness. Best lap of a 104.327. 8 points on the leader. Scott Miller.